Once the heartbeat of trans-Saharan trade, a gateway for goods, culture and enterprise, Borno's story was one of strength, resilience and connection. But years of conflict and insecurity slowed the pulse of its vibrant economy, leaving markets empty and livelihood uncertain. But today, the story is changing. Hello and welcome. This is Borno Restoration. I'm Jessie Tofida. This week on Borno Restoration, we take you into the heart of Borno's economic revival, exploring how the state is transforming pain into progress and challenges into chances of growth. First, let's bring you the latest on Borno today. It's another show of commitment from the Borno State government, this time with the handover of 63 patrol vehicles to security agencies and community-based formations working to maintain peace in Maiduguri and its environs. Out of a total number, 30 vehicles were given to the Civilian Joint Task Force, 16 to the Rapid Response and Antisocial Vices Squad, 10 to paramilitary agencies, 6 to hunters, and 1 to NAPTIP.
Primarily to control criminalities, amongst others, within Metropolitan Council and its environs. There's nothing that we can say rather than to pray for your well-being and to assure you that the government of Borno State, under our distinguished leadership, will continue to support you with a view to achieving your noble objectives of ensuring that Borno State is being rid of the insurgency.
Governor Zulum says the initiative is part of his broader strategy to improve mobility, intelligence gathering and response time in tackling urban crime and other security challenges. The governor also took time to commend President Bola Tinubu and the armed forces for their sustained effort under Operation Hatinkai, stressing that collaboration between state and federal actors remains vital for lasting peace in the northeast.
We urge you to work assiduously with the Nigerian Army and ensure that Maiduguri Metropolitan Council and its environs is being get rid of criminalities that are ongoing in the town.
Security experts believe Zulum's approach represents a model for civil-military cooperation in post-conflict rebuilding, empowering local forces like the CGTF who understand the terrain while ensuring official oversight from state authorities. As Maiduguri rebuilds from years of conflict, these vehicles represent more than just logistics. They symbolize renewed confidence in a state determined to protect its people and secure its future. For over a decade, conflict has stretched Borno State's health system, leaving communities heavily dependent on humanitarian support and overstretched facilities. With many rural areas facing limited access to clinics, health workers and essential services, the need for sustainable, people-centered solution has become increasingly urgent. But a new self-care guideline aims to change that narrative. The guideline, which aligns with Nigeria's national self-care framework, provides clear procedures for empowering individuals and families to take charge of simple health interventions ranging from disease prevention to home-based care.
IREC is supporting to ensure that no one is left behind, that everyone, no matter where you are, once the information is made available, once the policy as we have it is now brought to the forefront.
Officials say the goal is simple but powerful. Give individuals the information and tools to handle basic health services, whether it's prevention, early detection, family planning or home-based care, while still keeping the formal health system firmly in picture.
It is important. We know how much help it will be for women and girls to be able to do some of these basic healthcare needs themselves in their comfort and in their privacy.
In Borno State, one of the challenges we have is maternal morbidity and mortality. And this is a comprehensive document that advocates and guides people on best practices. So we'll thank the IRC and other development partners.
You will see more women going for antenatal clinic, more women doing child spacing, more women adopting breastfeeding for their children.
The guideline aligns with Nigeria's national self-care framework and is expected to increase access to person-centered, affordable and sustainable care across all local government areas. Key players from the health sector believe that with proper implementation, the self-care model will not only support frontline facilities, but also give communities more control over their well-being, especially in hard-to-reach areas. As Borno State recovers from the 13-year Boko Haram insurgency, government and development partners have been making efforts to mitigate the increase of poverty in the state. The Zulum-led government is of the view that if youth are empowered, they would not be engaged in heinous acts and other forms of social vices. Youth across the state have been empowered with cash, entrepreneurial equipment and skill acquisition training.
The launching of 1 billion naira support to the people of you, and I will only to commend all of you, and may God bless you. Let me also use this opportunity to commend my Commissioner for Youth and Poverty, Honorable Senator.
According to the State Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Sport Development and Poverty Alleviation, this move is a step in the right direction.
What Professor Babagana Dulum has done in terms of poverty, had it been this intervention have not done in the state, I'm sure we are going to have unrest. That is why always the governor is willing to ensure that we put food on the table. I know it's not sustainable, but we are doing our best to ensure that people have something doing.
The commissioner noted that the progress made so far has engaged thousands of youth across the state, especially survivors of a 13-year insurgency.
Building a disciplined society, to me, is more important than even giving money to an indisciplined society. I keep on saying a responsible youth is more elderly than an irresponsible elder. That is why training these youth to come with a very good upbringing is one of the cardinal principles of His Excellency.
As the government plans to scale up its youth empowerment program, it is expected that more youth will be engaged across the state. Monday Market is buzzing again. 2 years after its tragic fire incident, the remodeled market has become a symbol of resilience, recovery, and economic rebirth for Borno State. The fire of February 2023 wiped out thousands of shops, livelihoods, and hopes. But in 2023, Governor Babagana Zulum reopened a redesigned, expanded, and more organized marketplace, giving traders 2 years of free rent to help them get back on their feet.
After the fire, I lost everything. But with this new market and no rent for 2 years, I restarted my business. Now I can feed my children and even employ 2 boys.
After the fire disaster, nobody pay 1 naira. We are here free. So we really appreciate them. Even the Excellency, the Governor, the effort he played during the fire disaster, he helped us, he plays a vital role to help us. So we really appreciate.
Today, more than 8,000 traders are back in business, with ripple effects felt across the state economy. Food, textiles, electronics, and household goods flow daily through the market, sustaining supply chains and creating thousands of indirect jobs for transporters, loaders, and food vendors.
Before, there's no any car park, there's no any this and that, so many things upcycle. But now the market is very fully There is no any single space that is not occupied by the traders. The market is enough. And alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
With rent waivers soon ending, the challenge now is how to sustain the momentum, ensuring traders can continue to thrive and the market remains a safe, prosperous hope for years to come. From the ashes of a devastating fire, Monday market has risen stronger, fueling trade, restoring livelihoods and boosting Borno's economy. For traders, the past 2 years have been about survival and recovery. And for government, it has been about resilience and rebuilding confidence. From the reconstruction of border markets to the revival of local industries and the empowerment of small traders, a new wind of commerce is sweeping across the state. Under Governor Babagana Zulum, Borno State is charting a new course, one that's not just about rebuilding infrastructure, but restoring confidence, reviving trade, and reconnecting communities to opportunities. Let's take this report. In the heart of Maiduguru's new industrial area, a quiet revolution is taking shape. Plastic products made right here in Borno are now being exported beyond Nigeria's borders. Governor Babagana Zulum says this marks a new chapter in his administration's economic recovery plan, one that aims to reduce overdependence on federal allocations and build a self-sustaining local economy.
This industrial park was established by my predecessor, I think close to its exit, around 2018. However, the site is not functioning. What we did now is to partner with TVC Global Services Nigeria Limited, an indigenous company, to run the company under a private-public partnership arrangement. We have many companies here. We have the plastic company, we have the solar production company, amongst others. So you have seen within the last 2 years, TVC Limited has been working assiduously to ensure that these industries, these ailing industries are resuscitated. So we had an agreement with him. We have a partner with him because we felt that government, 100% government-owned and government-run businesses are not profitable. So under the private partnership arrangement, TVC Global Services is working with the Borno Investment Company, which is under the Ministry for Commerce, and they have started production, you have seen. So I think this is something that we need to support. Look at the number of employment opportunities that is being generated here. So what we shall do is to see how we shall work with him with a view to improving the agreements that have so far been made. I'm happy to note that people from Maiduguri will no longer procure PVC pipes from other parts of Nigeria, and you have seen the products are being sold to our neighboring countries, are being sold to our neighboring states, and even faraway states. On part of Borno State government, deliberately came along with the State House of Assembly, with the ministry officials and the MD of the Borno Investment Company, with a view to understanding the partnership so that together we can work, we can do more.
Already, finished plastic wares, from chairs to basins, have begun making their way to markets in Chad and Cameroon. The factory, initially built under the former governor Kashim Shettima, has been revived through a public-private partnership with TVC Global Services, ensuring efficiency and commercial viability. Operating at full capacity, the factory now produces a variety of everyday plastic items and has created hundreds of direct jobs for residents, offering livelihoods and strengthening the state economy from the ground up. Analysts say the initiative signals Borno's transition from a conflict-weary state to one pursuing industrial rebirth, using innovation, investment, and local capacity to drive sustainable growth. I had a chat with the managing director of the Borno Investment Company Limited, Muhammad Bukar. He says the agency has created thousands of job opportunities for teeming youth across the state. Take a listen.
You see, the coming of His Excellency Professor Governor Ahmad Zulum as Governor of Borno State in 2019 is one of the best things that has ever happened in the state. At the Borno Investment Company Limited, when he assumed duty, this same company was in a rented apartment. Yes. It has been in existence since 1981. But living in rented apartments. So when he came in, and the first thing he did was to appoint a management team and then get them to work towards getting a befitting head office to start with. After that, the Borno Supply Company came in. It's what we call BOSCO. It's an outlet for commercial activities of the state. They're into managing filling stations and supermarkets. So he went ahead and reviewed and then assisted us in reconstructing and acquiring more filling stations, and now they're operational. The third aspect in terms of massive investment is the issue of the Borno State hotels. That one too has been down for quite a long time. And when he came in, he set the process of reconstruction or remodeling the hotel. It has 79 rooms, and all of them now lettable and in good working condition. They're doing very well. So these are the three major areas of investment that His Excellency has put a lot of effort in ensuring that the state gets revenue, employment opportunities given to indigenous and non-indigenous too. If we take even this company itself, when we came in, we didn't have any graduate, but now I'm talking to you about 10 graduates employed here. That's just one aspect of it. The other side is at the state hotel too. We have a total of about 60 staff now working in the hotel, both skilled and non-skilled. And Bosco too, we have a lot of staff there. And more importantly, the kind of collaboration we have with cooperative societies that are into skilled and non-skilled activities. At my Borno Investment Company, what we did was we were able to organize a training program to about at least 1,500 members of the Meduguri Microcredit and Finance Cooperative. And what we did was we trained them in various skills, tailoring, shoemaking, and fish pond and whatnot. And we gave them a little equipment for them to go and continue with their job. So there's a lot of employment, and the multiplier effect of what we did is there to be seen, because we have testimonies from those we train, and they are doing very well. And the companies that His Excellency has helped in coming up are doing very well too. Borno Investment, over the past 2-3 years, we've continued to make profit, at least for the past 2 years now. And we even gave dividend to the state government, which is the first time since its establishment. The company, I think, is the Borno Plastic Company Limited. We call it BOPLAS. BOPLAS has been in existence too, but because of dilapidated machinery and lack of technical staff, that one too went down. So during the tenureship of His Excellency, the Vice President, when he was governor here, he established the industrial park and ensured that different factories or different companies are put in place in the industrial park. It's not only Boplas that is there. We not only the plastic company, even under the plastic company, we have the PVC pipe making, we have the drip irrigation pipe making, We have the molding intrusion machine that produces chairs and other plastic products. Then we have the fish net making. Then we have the polypropylene sack making. I think there are about 6 and above plus. Yes. Then we have the recycling plant that now supplies raw materials to the main plastic company. So, and then within the same industrial park, we have the solar panel making company. Then we have the tomato paste producing company, and then the corn chips making company. But then I think about 9 other smaller industries are contained in the industrial park. So when His Excellency came in and they realized that things were not working up there, I said, okay, what do? We get into partnership. And through his effort, we got a private partner that came in and entered into agreement with the state government that he will bring in his expertise and capital, while the state government will come in with the assets that are in place, so that it will be a win-win situation. And I think that's a very good decision, because a company that has been idle for all this while now has started production. That is the kind of thing you expect under any public-private partnership. And the Chancellors have done well in that regard. Not only the Boplast company, the nightly shoe making and tannery company too is under a PPP arrangement. Then the solar panel too is also under a PPP arrangement. But activities have now started with the plastic company, and now we're moving to the Nitel and the solar making company. At the recycling plant, where we recycle waste, plastic waste products for the main factory too, activities are going on there. All due to the kind of arrangement that the state government has entered into with the private partner. Number one, it opens up the state for further investment. That's one. Number two, the border markets that have been closed down will be revived for extensive businesses, because there will be free movement of goods and services. Borno incidentally shares border with 3 countries, Chad, Cameroon, and Niger. And I think we're the only state in Nigeria that have this advantage. So there's a lot of business activities going on there. And the government has put in place, like the IPA. What I mean by IPA is the Investment Promotion Agency. This is an investment arm of the government that is charged with the responsibility of showcasing the incentives for the kind of activities that the state government does to assist will-be investors. Because anytime an investor comes in, he will begin to ask, okay, what incentive do we have for us? Number one, they'll tell you, look, we have the Geographic Information Service, where land acquisition has been streamlined and it's easy. Our tax system has been reformed. We do concessions in terms of waivers. So by the time you go to the Investment Promotion Agency, you realize that you have all it takes for you to establish a company within a very short time and then proceed with their business activities. Monday market has always been the center of business activities until the disaster that took place there. And if you look at what comes, except for the issue of security, that is being addressed too, that has limited the movement of goods and services between Maiduguri and neighboring countries. Activities have picked up very well, and the government has done quite well by waiving rents to all the marketers there for over 2 years now. So after the disaster, after assistance with cash and whatnot, they say, okay, go and stay there and do businesses, recover, so that when you recover sufficiently well, you start paying rent. You can see the market, as you mentioned, is extremely busy and doing very well. Number one is the issue of making the state secure, because at the heart of every development, you have insecurity. Once people are assured and they are secured enough, they will pick up. I will give you an example. The Borno State, under the One State, One Product initiative of the federal government, has chosen to establish a gum arabic plantation. That is the product for export that the state has chosen as an area where the state has advantage. So what we are now planning to do is to ensure that at least the plantation that used to be, that were cut down by the criminal elements in the state, roaming around the state, is now revived back. And we have seedlings in a collaboration with Raw Material Research Council. We have seedlings that can mature in the minimum of 5 years, and then you can pluck the fruits of that gum arabic for the next 50 years. This is one area, and gum arabic has a lot of advantages for exports. And Borno has been the hub for gum arabic production and export until the insecurity situation came in. With the improved security now, gum arabic will come on stream, and then the border market will be opened. And like I said, the investment promotion agency, we have the mining company put up by the state to encourage interested or investors that have ideas or want to invest in the mining sector of the state to come in and collaborate with the state government. To residents of Maiduguri, the main message is let's support His Excellency. His Excellency has been up and doing. We all attest to that. He has been very busy trying to ensure that Borno is back on track, and we thank God we are really back on track. So, but for us to have a sustained peace and development, we need the support of every one of us. That is the message from Borno Investment, and that we thank His Excellency for the support he has given this company and other companies within the state.
And that's our package on this week's episode of Borno Restoration. Many thanks for watching. I am Jessie Tafida. Next week, it's going to be a fresh episode. See you next time. Bye-bye.